Hello, my Pixel peeps. Welcome back. Nicole Payne, CMA, here as always to drop accounting truth bombs. And today we are doing another installment of Accountantese. Now, today we are talking about reconciliation. And for those of you who are watching this that are old enough to remember the days before debit cards, you may understand the concept of reconciliation when I say it's a lot like reconciling your checkbook or balancing your checkbook from back in the day. Now, for those of you who are too young to remember the days before debit cards, let me tell you, back in the day, when I first opened my very first checking account, we didn't have debit cards. No, you had to write out a check by hand. By hand. You wrote out a check and you would give it to the person who you were trying to pay, whether it was the store clerk or your friend for the stuff that you bought from them, or whatever the case may be. You wrote out a check, you gave it to them, and who knows, they might have taken it to the bank that day. They might wait a week and go to the bank. They give it to their bank, and then it had to go through this nebulous intra-bank system, and at some point in the future, that money would finally come out of your bank account. Now, you didn't know for sure when that money was actually coming out of your bank account. So you had to be very careful to keep track of when you had spent money in order to make sure you weren't going to overdraw your account, because that costs you big bucks. Anyway, so the concept of reconciliation goes back to balancing your checkbook and making sure that you weren't overdrawing your account. But in the accounting world, it goes one step further in that your reconciliation process is when you take your bank statement and you compare it to what you think should have happened in your bank, so what's recorded in your books. And you see if there's any errors, any discrepancies, any time that something happened in your bank that you weren't aware of, or that you forgot to record, or whatever the case may be. You're going and looking at your books in your accounting software or wherever you keep track of your books. You're comparing it to your bank statement and making sure that everything is accurate. It's the down and dirty of the reconciliation process. Hope you've enjoyed that quick little trip down memory lane for some of us, and a little good old days reconciliation throwback. Anyway, if you have questions, comments, concerns, feel free to drop them in the comments or send me an email. The contact information is the last slide. And I would really appreciate it if you would like, follow, subscribe, all those cool things. And we'll catch you on the next video. Take care, everybody.